Are you looking for a competitive edge on Street Fighter Duel? Here's 17 pro tips to give you a boost. Number 17, get some free goodies with these gift codes right here. I know sometimes these things cycle in and out of validity, but if these have expired, I will have a comment down below that I will keep updated with proper codes. Number 16, you are going to want to reroll for a rare element. If you look inside of the rates, you'll actually see there are 4 characters of a rare element that you cannot obtain easily, okay? It's like a 0.19% rate. If you want to complete your archives or your gallery or whatever, you're going to want to reroll for one of those. There are ways to get dupes down the line too. You get to select them in certain select tickets, so there are ways to promote them as well. Number 15, that discount on this legendary pack is actually always 50%. I know they went through the trouble of doing an animation that cycled through a couple of lower percentages, but it cannot be those. Everybody gets the 50%, so sorry. Number 14, pair your legendary with your highest promoted fighter. Now, I didn't quite understand this whenever I first got my legendary. It told me that I had to awaken her with another character. No, relax, you're not going to consume the character. All it does is just bind your legendary to whichever character that you decide, and they mimic each other's levels. So really you want your highest promoted fighter to be bound, because it's possible that you get level capped if your main character isn't promoted enough. Number 13, your assists actually also apply faction bonuses, so if you want to get the best bonus possible, feel free to use those 3 slots above your main team to try and fill in those bonuses. Number 12, don't bind your account right away, okay? You never really know how your account is going to go whenever it comes to these summons, because you could get a really good pull at first. Like your first times 10, maybe you get 2 double S's, and that sounds great, but then you get further down the line, 300 summons later, you only have like 2 more double S's. It's possibly time to just go ahead and re-roll on a new server. Number 11, always choose the path with the most enemies in the Shadowloo City, and whenever you get your upgrades, you're going to want life steal and self-sustain, because those fights are how you get the resources for that area. Number 10, if money isn't really an issue for you, you can go ahead and buy this pack, because that is 300 summons. That's a pretty big deal. Number 9, trigger warning. Use macros to get through the boring parts. Like if you're going to have to be sitting there clicking next, battle, next, battle, next, battle. Every single time you're going into the campaign, you might as well just automate that and do something else in the meantime. Number 8, there's actually a strategy to getting more diamonds in the bounty. So whenever you do these bounties, some of them have a chance to be diamonds as a reward. You want to lock in all of those first and then do 1 refresh. 1 refresh should only cost you 50 diamonds, so it's a little bit of a gamble, but you usually get more than 50. Number 7, push to chapter 312 as soon as possible so that you can unlock the dojo, because that area increases your idol rewards exponentially. It's very important to do. Number 6, and this might be a little immoral, that's up to you to decide, but if you don't actually go through with the share, you still get the reward. So if you want that little 50 gem diamond after your summons, you just click the share button and then back out right away, you still get it. Also, the event that's literally about you sharing, you can do the same thing and get your puzzle pieces. Kind of defeats the purpose of the promotion, because they're trying to push the game out to more people, so it would be better if you actually shared. But if you don't have time, then you could just do that. Number 5, you're going to want to build a Guile eventually, even if he's not on your main team, because there's a lot of these fights that are just time-based, and his ignore defense can completely annihilate every single time-gated challenge. Number 4, do not use your consumable items if you have not pushed as far as you can in the campaign. Those idle rewards are actually going to scale on how far you've gotten, so the more chapters you've completed, the more stuff you're going to get whenever you pop those bad boys. Number 3, I'm not sure how many people have actually taken notice of this, but you can get those 4 rare characters we talked about earlier in the friendship summons. It's very rare, but that's like a really good payoff if you end up getting one. So I would definitely recommend filling out your friends list and combing through it every day to try and keep it as active as possible. Number 2, use the Play Store rewards to get your first time purchases. I see so many people talking about how they download from TapTap, but the Play Store actually has a reward system that all you have to do is check in once a week and they give you basically free money. You can exchange those play points for like dollar rewards, and $1 is all it takes to get a first time bonus for Chun-Li. So start building that up, because you could do that in mini games. And number 1, please remember that this is an idle mobile game. I know that it's the Street Fighter IP, and there's a lot of people coming over that aren't really familiar with the mobile gaming space. I'm just going to go ahead and break down how mobile games work for anybody that's new here. Basically, the reason there's 100 servers that are released in the first few days is because for every server there is a whale scratching tooth and nail, dropping stacks of money trying to get that number 1 rank. I'm sorry to say it, but the strategy in these games is entirely optional. If you have a big enough wallet, you got that platinum card, you can definitely get through every obstacle the game has to offer you with no strategy at all. But if you're not willing to do that and you want to play a little bit free to play, I recommend you to subscribe, because I will be giving you more tips like this in the future to help give you another competitive edge.